Welcome to another exciting episode of Musa and Show. Here is what we have today.
Sanibona, izolo iStats SA isiphe ama-statistics. Statistician General usiphile kama-figures ukuthi unemployment rate imi kanjani. Wasitshela ukuthi for the first quarter ka-2025 i-unemployment rate ikhuphukile kunokuthi yehle. Sizokhuluma, ngifisa nje namuhla sikhulume ngalolo daba. Sizocaphuna abantu abambalwa la abazokhuluma ukuthi kuze mhlambe kusolveke le nkinga yini engenziwa. Uyazi ke imibono yabantu ihlezi idingeka. Abanye ke bazokuveza ukuthi kungani futhi le nkinga ingaxazululeki kulabantu esizobacaphuna. Ngithe nje ngiyenze le video sike sixoxe lolu daba ngokujula ngoba ngiye ngathi ukulandela kancane indaba le unemployment rate. Ibhlungu nje inamba mawuzwa bezibiza indlela abazibiza ngakhona. Newuzwa nje ukuthi abantu abalahlekelwe yithemba manje abangasazihluphi nanokufuna umsebenzi sebaze bafika kumiliyoni. Usho ukuthi abantu sebelahlekelwe yithemba bayabona vele ukuthi imisebenzi ayikho. Sizongena ke kulolo daba. Iyona vile ngifisa ukuyenza manje sixoxe ngayo. Nawe ngiyafisa ukuza ukuphala kwakho la ku comment section.
Let us start by the entire population within the borders of the Republic of South Africa in terms of our mid-year population estimates, which came after we released the census results. That is sitting at 63 million. Out of the 63 million, about 40 million are in the working age. So let us start by saying 63 million. You are talking about children 0 to 14 years, and you're talking about those that are 65 years and older. You include them into the entire population. But when you come to the working age, you exclude the children. 0 to 14 years are excluded, and the 65 yeyears and above are excluded.
Into yokuqala nje loba bayenza u-statistician general ukuthi asehlukanisele ukuthi bafika kanjani kulama figures abafika kuwo, futhi ukuze sizokwazi ukuthi okay baze bathi abantu bayimiliyoni nje abaneminyaka engaka ngoba kusukelaphi. Manje usipha ke ukuthi la basebenze kanjani, bafike kanjani kulezo inamba lezo, ngokuthi asichazele kabanzi ukuze unoma yini azoyi-explainer noma yini azositshela yona uma ekhuluma nge-unemployment rate, sazi ukuthi ukhuluma i-information akhuluma ngayo uyibhekise kobani, yena uyithathaphi, should what informed i-data yabo njengoba bekhuluma kanje. So ngenzela ukuthi isambe kahle naye njengoba umuzwa la isachaza ukuthi uthatha i-population yonke from 0 to 65 years, then wayihlukanisa ukuthi from 14 years, from 0 to 14 years babakhatha out laba basababali, then from 65 ukuyale abasababali laba. Okusho ukuthi abantu abasele manje is from 15 years to 64. Ngifisa ke siqhubeke ke naye.
So we come to about 40 million. Out of the 40 million, that is the working age. Then we talk about the labor force. The labor force are people who are either employed or actively looking for employment and are not employed. That comes to about 25 million. So that is why when we take the 8.2 million people who are unemployed, actively looking for employment, we divide it by 25 million. We come to 32.9% as our unemployment rate. That is the headline. We call it the narrow definition in line with the International Labour Organization guidelines. Having said so, when you take the 8.2 million people who are actively looking for employment, and then you have another 3.5 million people who said they were discouraged work seekers. And again, there are those who didn't look for employment, not because they were discouraged, but for any other reason. We have 1 million of those. We come to 12.7 million people. That is the expanded unemployment rate of 43.1%. But all this, we do it from the ages 15 to 64. So every calculation occurs within those 40 million.
Within that.
Sekuvezile ke kunye ngicabanga ukuthi kubalekile nanokuthi bafike kanjani kule namba bafike kuyo. Asiqhubeke naye.
Youth unemployment remained high overall, and of course that is in the past decade. So when we look at unemployment, And I want us to start looking at the pink color, the shaded color. That is our national average. For those 35 to 64 years, we can see there's a black color buried inside the pink color. It shows that their unemployment rate has always been lower than the national average. But young people, 15 to 34 years, their unemployment rate has always been consistently higher than the national average, currently sitting at 46.1%. But when we unpack them, we can see that those aged 15 to 24 years, their unemployment rate is sitting at 62.4%. And those aged 25 to 34 years, their unemployment rate is sitting at 40.4%.
Sizathu esikhulu esenza ukuthi ngize ngigcine ngenza le video ukuthi mawuzwa ama-stats ekhuluma kanje, especially ngentsha yakithi, uzwe inqwaba yabantu angaka kuthiwa abasebenzi, lokho nje kukwenza ube worried ukuthi kazi kuzokwenzakalani ngendlela izinga lobugebengu lunyuke ngakhona. Kodwa nje uyabona ukuthi ezinye zezinto lezi eziyinkinga ebantwini. Kubuhlungu-ke manje nabantu abakuthiwa sithi bayile esikoleni nabo bahleli abasebenzi. Asiqhubeke naye sizwe ukuthi uthini.
When we unpack in terms of male, female, we can see on the top left-hand side that the black African females are sitting with the highest unemployment rate, sitting at 39.8%. Even when you compare them with the black African males, they remain higher because the black African males are sitting at 34.6%. And of course, below the South African average, we can see that the colored females are sitting at 24% versus the colored males sitting at 23.2%. The Indian Asian females are sitting at 17.3% unemployment rate versus 10.7% for their male counterparts. And the white population group, the females are sitting at 8.6% unemployment rate versus their male counterparts sitting at 6.2%. So we can see generally that unemployment affects females the most, with black African females being much more vulnerable in the labor markets, having the highest unemployment rate in the land.
Okusho ukuthi lilonke nje abantu abaningi abangasebenzi naba-affectekile kakhulukazi makhulunywa ku-unemployment rate le khulunywa ngayo, abantu besifazane, abamnyama kanye namakhaladi. Kwabamhlophe kanye namaNdiya i-low unemployment rate kubo. Ziningi izathu ezenza lokho, angizukungena kuzo, sesike sakhuluma ngento enjalo ngaphambilini. Kodwa uma kukhulunywa nge-unemployment rate ihlanganisiwe nje, imajority yabantu abangasebenzi abamnyama, ikakhulukazi abesifazane, imajority yabantu abangasebenzi amakhaladi, kodwa inamba ehamba kakhulu abesifazane. So asiqhubeke-ke ngoba kuyishow le Face the Nation le yenziwa uClement Manyathelo, khona usesade eyibambile izolo, kunemibuzo ayibuzile ngempela kunama-guest wakhe ebuwakhona engibona ukuthi asiyicaphune bese siyaphuma-ke sicaphune nabanye abantu, ngoba sesitholile manje into ekhulunywa. Kodwa kufuneka sithole ukuthi yini engenziwa ukuze kukwazi ukuthi kuliwe nalesihlava lesesikhona, ngoba ekugcineni kosuku fanele abantu bawuthola umsebenzi ukuze kuzokwazi ukuthi kuliwe nenhlupheko, kuliwe nendlala lehlasela izwe lakithi. Asilalele ukuthi bathini laba abanolwazi.
Look, I think that one has to obviously look at the context. We have serious problems in the economy, both locally and internationally. And I think this is one of the things that we have to contend with. But of course, we have many issues that contribute to the local picture of unemployment, because that is very related to investment. So many people start to talk about, we need growth. First, we need to get to the growth. Somebody must invest in the economy in a way that actually can bring in young people into jobs. So one of the key things that we need is really to figure out how we're actually going to attract investment into also sectors that are labor absorbing. So that whole discussion we've had for many, many years around those sectors that can take in the type of young people that we've got. That's an important part as well, in the sense that we know that, we have a big group of young people that are not educated, And then we've got a group of young people, unfortunately, who have some education. And the number of young people who have an education, but unemployment is actually, the proportion at least has doubled over the past 10 years or so. So that tells you something about also the education and skills sector needs to also be improved so that it actually is fit for purpose. Because as we know, the job market is changing and it's changing rapidly over a number of issues that are happening globally.
Njengoba umuzi ubhuti lo kaXhandi ebeka la oyi-economist ubekile indlela abeke ngayo kodwa into ayisho kakhulu ufuneka ukuthi kufuneka izwe lethu livulela ama-investors ngoba yibona abantu abazo-invest ukuze kwazi ukuqasheka abantu. Okwesibili futhi akubekayo ama-skills, ukutrainwa kwabantu futhi batrainelwe izinga lanamuhla, batrainelwe imisebenzi esikhona namuhla ukuze bezokwazi ukuthi baqasheke. Asilandele omunye kubhuti ngoba angifisi ukuhlala kakhulu kulama guest, ngifuna nje ukucapha nalento ezibalekile bese siyadlula.
Bongani, when you look at the youth unemployment, is it simply an issue of the skills gap because some have reduced it to that, or is there something deeper happening as Xhandi has just explained?
No, greetings to you, the colleagues in studio, and the viewers at home. So it's not just about the skills, because if it were just about the skills, that means all these unemployed graduates that are currently sitting at home, and some of those graduates hold your skills and qualifications, but still sit at home because there's no demand for labor. So then you would argue then that the unemployment they're experiencing currently, it's more cyclical than structural. And even some, in fact, some of the young people or graduates that are currently in any employment, those people are underemployed, something that Stats SA never reports about, but the International Labour Organization does speak about. What do I mean by that? I mean by someone doing something that they would not have studied for, like, for instance, someone with a degree working at the fish and chips, someone on an internship, so not full employment, someone who's not earning accordingly, and. So those are components of underemployment. So if you had to club those with those that are currently sitting at home, you find that the picture or the number of young people sitting at home with skills, it's actually quite high. You would remember under the leadership of Thabo Mbeki, the argument then was that people do not have skills. But if you look at the intakes at institutions right now and the throughput rates, you do have people with skills, necessary skills in STEM qualifications, in some commercial subjects as well, or disciplines, but those people still are experiencing barriers of entry into the labor market.
Kuhlungu into esho ubhuti la uBongani ngoba bakhona abantu esibaziyo, abanye ba-qualified basebenza ko-Shoprite, abanye basenza ama-security, abanye siyabatelela nje ba-qualified kodwa ngenxa yokuthi umsebenzi awukho uthatha khona. Ngahlangana nomuntu owaye-qualified nje kodwa esebenza accounts no uya-apply kunokuthi ahlale ngoba kuzomfrustrate lokho kodwa akabambi lento abantu akhuluma ngabo ukuthi i-Stats SA must keep lama-stats. Sibabala labantu njengabantu abasebenzayo kodwa labantu they are underemployed ngoba bangama-graduate abasebenza according to into abayifundele. Ziningi izinto ezicontributayo kodwa nje ngifuna ukucapha mhlambe abaphathi okugcina yinde lenkulumo ngawubhekelela i-First Nation uzothola inkulumo ephelele kodwa ngizocapha nje kumbalo okubili mhlambe manje abazokusho bese siyayivala ivideo siqhubekele phambili kodwa sizwile indaba yama-skills ihamba phambili indaba yama-skills sizogxila kuyo uma siphuma kulabo bhuti bobabili.
So what we have a problem with is really to look at a problem, at this problem in its full sense. Thinking about really what is the issue around demand for jobs, at what level, who should actually be going where, and what interventions are needed. And I think one of the key things that we forget to do is that we get these statistics to tell us about the interventions that are needed. So I think many times we enjoy a lot of shock value from the numbers, but really they don't inform the policy making that is necessary around what needs to be done at every point. We know also that, for example, these numbers may also be telling us about the seasonality. So, for example, in January, we know that there'll be more young people coming into this, so unemployment will lift a little bit because of that. We know in January there's certain sectors that would have been doing very well in December, and those sectors now pull back in January. So that would be trade and services, that kind of thing. So all of that is important to read into the numbers so that we can actually fashion the kind of interventions that are needed. And sometimes we stick too much into the shock value of the numbers, and the politicians sometimes over-celebrate the small or marginal increases that we see from time to time.
So noma kungathiwa ugwema kanjani ukufaka ezepolitiki kodwa lenkinga iyayidinga ukuthi kungenele laba zepolitiki njengoba esho ukuthi ama states lawa angama output ushuthi ayimphumela afuneka informe ke manje ukuthi mapha ama policies afuneka enziwe ukuze kwazi ukuliwa nalenkinga ukuze ungathi makuvela lama states bese siyathuka kodwa kufuneka manje uqale informe atshele laba baseParliament okuyibona benza ama policies ukuthi iziphi izinto efuneka ama policies efuneka enziwe manje iziphi izinto efuneka zenzeke ukuze kwaze ukuthi izwe likwazi ukufunction ukuze kwenze ukuthi abantu babe ingxenye yokusebenza baparticipate kwi-economy bakwazi ukusebenza ilento le ayibeka kakhulu bhuti lo uXhanti sizodlula ke manje siyothatha phana lo bhuti okugcina emveni kwalapho bese sidlulela phambili unfortunately video izoba yinde kodwa ngiyafisa sikhave yonke lento ngoba egcineni kosuku thinta thina thinta impilo zethu thinta izingane zethu nekusasa lezwe.
One thing it was supposed to look at was youth pathways. And so these youth pathways, to say some youth, maybe even post-matric or before matric, would go into the labor market, some would go to study, some would do this and the other. So it was then given a task to then coordinate across, so to remove those silos. But even you would know, even silos at the top there's usually this zinc thing that connects the silos. So here it has not happened, and it has not happened significantly, which is common. Other than that, you also have tools such as your district development model, which is supposed to coordinate planning. So you develop one plans at national, provincial, and local government. So even there, that platform, that tool could have been used to eliminate such issues. Sandy makes a valuable point. I mean, we have seen the community work program, CWP, when they said over 55 must be culled from the program, budget for the program has been removed and so forth. But even if that were not the case, if you look at these programs, I think you spoke about seasonal employment. So I think we agreed seasonal, it's structural, and it's cyclical unemployment. But those programs, mass employment initiatives, are not designed to provide permanent absorption into the labor market. So they're a stopgap measure, because ultimately we need an economy that grows. So whoever is tasked with the responsibility to coordinate government, like the Department of Department of Monitoring and Evaluation, has that responsibility as well. Department of Cooperative Governance has that responsibility as well. So we have to look into these departments that have been given a mandate, and also look into our local municipalities. Local municipalities under Section 152 of the Constitution, the objects of local government. One of those 5-6 objects there is that it's local economic development. But if we go into these local municipalities, 257 odd number of them, and say, what have you been doing to contribute in terms of decreasing youth unemployment or unemployment in general? You find that they have not been doing anything, and there have not been any repercussions, even though it's a constitutional mandate.
Abona sengiyabakholwa manje abathi unemployment and poverty is man-made. Sengithanda ukubakholwa ngoba uma uzilalela zonke lezi zinto, zonke zibuyela kwi-government, zonke zibuyela kwi-government ngoba noma ngathiwa ufuna uthola ama-investor, i-government ifuna ukwazi ukwenza ama-policy ukuze ama-investors akwazi uku-investa kukhandeke imisebenzi. I-government ine-responsibility eningi. Yabona njengoba umuzi ubhuti lothi ikhona kwi-constitution into enhle nge-constitution yethu ne-ANC iyodwa ukuthi banama-policies amahle on paper kodwa wa-implementwa wonke. Njengoba umuzwa nje ukube yonke lento iyenziwa njengoba ubhuti esho ngabe i-South Africa yethu ayikho kule nkinga kuyo. Okunye okwesibili azokuchaza ukuthi lo engizomdedela manje azokuchaza ukuthi fanele phela kuwe nakwamanye amazwe kufundwe kuwo ukuthi onenzani ukuze nathi sokwazi ukwenza lento ayenzayo siphume enkingeni ukuthi unemployment rate ibe nje. Ngizocaphuna uColin Malachi kunephuzu alishoyo la elibalulekile elingenayo kulento le ekhulunywa la.
I mean, there's billions of rands that are taken back to treasury every year because sitters are unable to spend them. And people don't know about them. There's money being set aside for skills development of the youth of South Africa that because of poor planning, they are unable to implement them. That must be addressed urgently because there's a lot of young people on the streets of on our townships every day not doing anything. While we are creating employment opportunities for them, reskill them as a first opportunity, because if you're saying that their skills are not aligned to the economic activities of the country, but there's a budget for that, and South Africans must know that there's a budget set aside by the government of the ANC to reskill the people of South Africa. But that budget, it's end up being not used because those officials who are appointed as managers and directors, they don't plan properly. And if you can't plan, you can't spend. Because we are businessmen, you know. If you can't plan, you can't spend. Now, the poor planning system those who are deploying government must whip those who are not implementing administration, because we can't be taking back billions when we are saying that there's high level of unemployment.
Angifisa ukuphawula kakhulu lento esho uKholeni Malachi la. Ngizophawula emveni kwale video engizoyicaphuna manje. Kodwa nje ngifisa lokho akushilo ungakukhohlwa.
But what if we interrogate what kinds of skills were created during that period, and can those people be transferred, or are they actually mobile enough, for example, to enter the construction sector? Did they gain any skills? Are the interventions that we've employed over a period of time actually fit for purpose? Are they actually helping us, for example, to skill young people in a manner that they can actually move forward? Or are those actually very much skin deep? So these are the kinds of conversations that we have to have now, in terms of not just looking back, but also reviewing the interventions, because I think we have not spent enough time to also review the interventions that we've exercised over a period of time, from thinking about CETAs to thinking about the various programs, the presidential programs, and look at all of those and say, where are we actually failing, so that we can, and then also, unfortunately, and also to try and learn from our peers, but not in a manner that we've been doing, where basically we think, we'll send some people to go and sort of look in China and come back with answers, because obviously that also doesn't work, because we have a different kind of setup.
Yabona inkinga esinayo South Africa iyodwa ile ethi eshiwo Dr. Mbuseni Ndlozi naye ngizomcaphuna la. Yabona lento ukuthi South Africa, the only thing esingenayo it's political will. Uyabona nje mawulalela uKholeni Malachi uthi yonke lento kunemali ephumayo for ama-city ukuze a-train skill abantu young people to be skilled, but leyo mali le igcina beyibuyisele emumva kwi-treasury ngoba ingasebenzi. Uthi yena it's because of poor planning. Kodwa ubhuti lo emcaphunela uXhanti uthi no, first we need to interrogate ama-skills ekuqala. In terms of the market, imapha skills are relevant. Before uzoplana, you need to know ukuthi okay, yabona nje eqinisweni lonke noma kuthiwa unenkinga engakanani, before uzozama ukuyixazulula ufuna understand inkinga yakho. Ungakayi-understand inkinga yakho bese identify inkinga yakho. Once identify inkinga yakho, then so ungeza nama-solution, then so ungeza ne-planning. So bakhona abantu abanjengabobhuti labo Xhanti, why kungathathwa bona bafaka ukuthi abamanage ama-city? Ngeke, because of lapha yakufakwa abantu abangama-comrades abangenawo ama-skills ekufanele athuthukise izwe lethu, abantu abangekho qualified bangene ngoba baphatha mhlawumbe i-membership ethize. Iyona nto esibulalayo ukungabi bikho kwe-political will. Inkinga nje yokuqala lesho Dr. Mbuseni Ndlozi wathi inkinga nje khona kuyo yonke lento le, there is no political will. Okwesi-2 ukungabi na proper planning, lathi sho uKholeni Malachi. If une political will ufuna ukwenza into uyaplana, angeke ngenza umzekelo, ufuna ukwakha indlu manje, angeke uvele usukeleke nje uthi uzothenga material wakhe indlu, cha. Uyazibuka uhola malini, ubuka izikweletu zakho, ubuka yonke into, wenza i-quotation, wenze yonke into uqede. Wazi ukuthi okay, indlu engifuna ukuyakha ingaka, le ndlu ngingakwazi ukuyiqala yonke same time noma ngingayakha kancane ekugcineni igcinisile indlu engiyifunayo. I-planning leyo, kodwa usuqale wa-identifya ukuthi unani, ushota ngani, yini ongayenza, ungakuthola lapho ongenakho, yonke loo nto leyo ifall under i-planning. Because of i-political will ayikho, yona lento esidalela ukuthi sibe ne-unemployment rate engaka. Ngizocaphuna umuntu ozosichazela ukuthi kungani kwenzeka yonke lento le. It's because of laba benza ama-policies, they don't care. Ngizomcaphuna lo muntu ozosichazela lokho.
I worked in parliament. I was 27 years or so when I got there. Very painful process. Shouting at old people, the age of my grandmother. Firstly, to concentrate because they were sleeping. Secondly, to prepare and make an input that they understand. I can tell you for free. And normally I charge people for this information. So you guys, I'll give it to you for free. Political will is what is absent with the current political leadership. They have no will. 1. 2, they are not ready to die for their ideas. They are not ready to be selfless. You can't try to get rich quick if you want to industrialize South Africa. In any way, what are you doing in government if you are a genuine businessman? If it's about business, it's about business, what are you doing in government? Why are you a municipal manager? Why are you a minister? If what you are championing, if your skills is to run a sophisticated, powerful, go run business and do profits there. Do not use the state for self-enrichment.
Yenza ukuthi ngicaphune le video kaMbuyiseni Ndlozi noma bese ngikhulumile ngayo ile phoza lisho ngasekugcineni ukuthi abantu basebenzisa istate ukuze bazithuthukise bona noma babe rich bona. Ngicela ukucaphunela nango baba uMbeki uzwe.
Well, as you say, the inequality in our economy is etched into the economy. It is etched into our history. Why did we get this inequality? We got our inequality in South Africa, if I can put it, by creating artificial scarcity of skills, of skilled people, of professionals, of artisans. That's why we have so much. That's what's at the bottom of the inequality of South Africa. In the 19th century and in the 20th century, there was a creation of scarcity by restricting professions to whites only.
Sure.
So that created an artificial scarcity of skills and of professionals. So their salaries, those who created that artificial scarcity, their salaries shot through the roof because they were scarce. What has happened after democracy, this system has continued. The system of continued artificial scarcity. Our education system hasn't been changed to mass produce skilled people.
Wona into engayifuni ukulo sisho into eyodwa kodwa into esho baba uMbeki la ayivezayo ukuthi lento yakhandwa ngesikhathi kusaphethe abamhlophe bakhanda ukuthi imisebenzi ethize ibe scarce ebantwini bese abantu abenza lo msebenzi bahola kakhulu. Emveni kwalapho kuthe makufika idemocracy yayi-adopta le system yayisiba khona bese kuthi ne-education system eyayikhandwe ngamabomu ukuthi iningi labantu bangakwazi ukuparticipate bangabi nawo la ama-skills yangabi salungiseka yasali lokhu nje uthi manje funeka kushintshe education system ezoyenza ukuthi abantu abatrainwe bese abantu behola kahle kwazi ukuthi uma wenza skills ungabe uthi ngoba usufundela ukusuhola kakhulu wena iyo lento ekhanda lento kuthiwa ama-artificial skills kanti funeka lama skills abe available kubantu asiqhubeke nobaba uMbeki ngoba iphuzu lokuqala uselibekile.
If anything, if you look at the Asians, Asia mass produces skills people. That's why Asia is more equal. China every year produces 600,000 engineers. So there's no premium on being a skilled person. In South Africa, there's a huge premium because there are very few of you. Our education system suppresses the production of skilled people. And hence this, so where do we go then? Having said that, where we have to start, which is what a political party controls, we have to start with the civil service. The South African civil service is the highest paid in the world as a percentage of GDP. A few years ago, the South African government invited the International Monetary Fund to come and study the salaries of the public service. And they concluded that the public service in South Africa earns 16% of GDP. Similar countries to us at the level of development, like Chile in South America, Thailand in Asia, is only 6% of GDP goes to public service salaries.
Wow, that's quite staggering.
So it's a huge amount of money that is going to civil service pay.
So everything we produce as a country in a year, 16% of that must go back to
the
those
salaries
in the
of the
state.
public service.
And then we want to increase tax.
Yes,
to pay for that.
To all that.
In part.
So what we should be doing is to say, take that, to cut the civil service pay back to similar countries, and take that 10% that we save and put it into investment, into building infrastructure, into building new universities and so on and so forth.
Le nkulumo kaBaba uMbeki ibuyela kulento athi khulunywa uDr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. Mawucabanga labantu abalapha eParliament bahola more than 100,000 per month. It's about 1.4 million per year per person. Where a deputy minister or minister bahola around leyo mali leyo. Mawucabanga lento esho uBaba uMbeki la into yokuqala nje funeka kukhathwa ama-salaries wabo angaphezulu kokwenza. Ngoba mawuqhathanisa amazwe iSouth Africa elingana nawo ngokwe-economy, abantu abasebenzela umphakathi ama-civil servants abaholi njengalabantu bangayivuma na ukuthi okay kuthiwa ukuze silungise umnotho wezwe asiwakhatha ama-salaries, mhlawumbe sithi umuntu oyi-1 akathole 60,000 ngenza umzekelo, akathole 60,000, thathe lama 40,000, thathe lo mali investwe back to infrastructure kukhandeke imisebenzi, bangayivuma na? Ibuyele emumva-ke ukuthi abantu kuyibona funeka abangakwazi ukwenza lento ngeke baze bayivume. Yingakho-ke wonke umuntu efuna ukuzibonela lapha phezulu, nami nje mangathiwa ngithola ithuba ngingafuni ukuyongena eParliament, ngoba eParliament mawukwazile ukuba ngomsindo right abantu bazokuvotela uqhubeke uhlale eParliament. So inkinga yokuqala i-political will eshuwo uDr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, ngoba lento eshuwo uBaba uMbeki la into esingayiboni ukuthi ingenzeka njengoba eqhathanisa ukuthi amazwe abantu abangama-civil servant eSouth Africa kuspendwa kakhulu imali, expenditure iningi. Ngiyakhumbula kusakhulunywa indaba yebudget kwathiwa nokho nezinto efuneka ikhathwe. Umbalula washo uqala wathi i-ANC uhulumeni ongakholelwa ekutheni kunezinto efuneka ikhathwe. No abakholelwa ekutheni khona ofuneka kukhathwe, ngoba basuke secure imali zabo bona ba-right nemindeni yabo. Leso sizathu senza nje ukuthi ba-disconnected kithi thina abantu esisuke sihluphekile, ngoba bona ney'ngane zabo ba-right. Iy'ngane zabo yifunda phesheya mabethanda, iy'ngane zabo yifunda ey'koleni ezi-right, ezithola imfundo e-right. Makukhulunywa ngale unemployment rate ayi-affect iy'ngane zabo ngoba zithole the best quality education. Asiqhubeke.
That today our investment as a percentage of GDP is only 15%. If we took that 10% and added, we'll go up to 25%, which will put us where we were when we were building the stadiums in the beginning of 2000.
Yeah, the good old days.
Exactly. That's what it would do for us. So the first obstacle we're sitting with in South Africa is the overpaid public service. But the public service is part of the middle class that controls political power. And the ministers, by the way, are included in this pay. Did you know that the president of South Africa earns more money than the chancellor of Germany?
I didn't know that.
South African economy is a fraction of the size of the German economy. But our president earns more money than the chancellor of Germany.
Not that he needs a lot more money.
Well, yes, he has other ways of earning. But he's paid. So this is an illustration of how the middle class parties are using their power to enrich themselves through taxing the rest of the economy. And that is what is driving our stagnation. Now, if you went to the government of national unity and said, take off 20% of GDP from the salaries, they will all refuse, because all of them, whether they're DA or ANC, are being paid these phenomenal salaries. The town clerk in Cape Town is earning the same salary as the town clerk in Johannesburg, and these are hugely inflated salaries. The mayor of the DA, the mayor of the ANC, the mayor, who else is there? Got a mayor. They are all being paid this phenomenal salary. So to come back to your question, what should we do to kickstart the South African economy to get it to where it was in 2005? When it was like starting to pick up.
Absolutely.
We have to cut back on this overspending on the salaries of the public service. Then that gives us a foundation on which to start building. Because according to the National Development Plan, we should be at 30% of GDP going to investment instead of consumption, which is what these huge salaries do.
Siyabonga kuma platform njengo SMWX ukubiza labantu ngoba le information ongeke uzuyithole ku mainstream media. Lento exoxwa nje ubaba umbheki la angeke uzusithole ku mainstream media. Kodwa mawuzwa indlela abeka ngayo bese uyacabanga. Labantu abase parliament angeke bayivume lento. Bangayivuma uma bengaphandle bengayiholi le mali noma yipi political party mayengakangeni emandleni ingakangeni nje ingabe engakayiholi le mali bangakhuluma yonke into besho khona imali iningi kodwa uma sebengenile sebeyihola bona angazi ayikho political party kwengiwacabangayo angathi abantu bekhona bangasebengenile bakuzo ukhola 100,000 bamove la bahlala khona bayohlala kuma gated areas bayohlala isilungwini kuma suburb ingane zabo zaphuma kuma public schools bayofunda le bahamba ngeimoto ezinhle bese uthi akunciphiswe imali abayiholayo ukuze invest back to economy angeke bavume uthi baba umbheki because ama salaries lawa they are using them to enrich themselves lenda tisho Dr Mbusi Ndlozi athi labantu basenza ugovernment ukuze bakwazi ukuzicebisa bona yona inkinga esinayo ke la eSouth Africa abakwazi ukwenza ama policy azokwazi ukuthi avumele isimo ngoba yonke lento esikhuluma uthi nayi ba affect ba right bona nemndeni yabo right ngahlangana nomunye usisi osebenza radio noyipresent mangimbuza nje sixoxa ngomsebenzi wakhe wathi yazi into enkulu uma uyipolitician noma usebenza ku public space ukuthi nje ikuvulela ama opportunity noma bangangena le first 5 years mayikwazi ukukhanda ama relationship kahle uzokwazi ukungena kuma business akwazi ukungena kuphi ngoba ukuba khona kwakhe lapha yakumvulela ama connection asibambe le video kusekuningi ebengaku-add maningi ama video bengingawacaphuna Ningona nevile bengayicaphuna beyizochaza ukuthi kungane amasitha engasebenzeli kanti kunemali efakwa khona iminyaka yonke ukuze akwazi ukuthi enze abantu babe nama skills kodwa ke ngenxa yesikhathi ngicela siyibambe le video la mina nawe bese sidibana kwi video landelayo ngiyabonga